that boy Jogging. Oh, he would have got beat up in the locker room. Oh, he would have got beat up in the locker room. It's gonna be a misunderstanding, bro.
Another thing I wanted to, and I think you said you've seen it. It's just some of the plays that basically are going viral now. Like got millions of views. Like people are saying, like, "Yo, look at this guy. He's jogging behind the play. He could have made the tackle." Or this guy, he's loafing around. Going back to your time, but going back to, of course, it's definitely different when we think about Nick Sabin era, indicating the DeBoer era. But what would the response be from the teams that you played on if you guys saw film and you saw a guy wasn't going as hard as those guys were?
Man, you got the good and the bad plays. Yeah. All I'm gonna say, you better hope your ass ain't on them damn bad plays. Yeah. When Nick can get up there, it depends on even the play. If it's on special teams, if Bobby Williams getting up there, or you see Burton Burns lipping on up there, but if Nick Sabin get up there and he put that red dot on them, you messed up before, bro. It don't matter if we won the game. We could have won by 45 points. It does not matter. He gonna find them bad plays. Bro, when I tell you get tight in the ass, but soon as you know based on the formation, you like, oh man, that's the thing. You like, man, I hope I ain't on these plays, bro. I hope I ain't on it, bro. Like, man, because it's accountability. It's embarrassment. There's no different. Nobody wants to be that guy that cost the team anything. That was like, we couldn't even look up at the scoreboard, bro. Like, that's how disciplined and how tough it was. And essentially, bro, we were brainwashed. I'm just going to go and throw it out there. We were literally brainwashed, but we did everything the right way. When we used to throw these up, that meant something. Discipline, commitment, effort, toughness, and you play fast. Man, Rowe, Mark Barron, Hightower, you have Kareem, Harvey, bro, we used to, man, that was a normal thing. Like, you don't care about this program, bro. Hey, coach, this mofo don't want to play. So it wasn't that the coach even had to say something. The players would have handled it. That's the difference, dog.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, like I said, that's glaring. That's interesting for sure that happened. Like I said, it's not only surprising to, of course, Alabama fans are disappointed, but like even other fan bases are like, wow, what's going on in Tuscaloosa? Like, I've never seen this type of effort being displayed. And it goes back to Nick Sabin. Of course, Nick Sabin is the greatest coach of all time. We know what he built, but and that's another thing. It's kind of like goes into my next question for you, but we all know how Nick Sabin was. When Alabama was winning 40-0, that's probably when you thought he was coaching the hardest. Or that's when you thought he was going crazy on the sideline because it goes back to what you were saying. That's like when it's important, because one of the biggest things that I kind of picked up on it is watching these guys play. And it's because Alabama is losing. And like you said, it's a microscope is on them, but maybe we had to go back and watch film on it, but it wouldn't surprise me if these guys were doing the same thing when they were winning. It just wasn't brought up. But now you're losing. Okay, now now the microscope is on it, and now it's brought to the forefront a little bit more. And it goes back to what I was saying about Nick Sabin. It's when you're winning, I need you to do the same thing that you are doing when you're winning. I need you to do it when you're losing so it can be effective. So basically the thing that I'm trying to transition into is a lot of fans are kind of disappointed in DeBoer's lack of emotion on the sideline. A lot of fans are taken back by that. And of course, they are taken back by a little bit because of Nick Sabin. They always know how animated Nick Sabin was on the sideline. Just what are your thoughts on that? Do you got any thoughts on, I guess, like that from that standpoint of being, I guess, not as emotional? I know he's a different coach. He's a different style. There's different ways to do it. But do you have any thoughts about that? Or can you talk to that a little bit?
It depends. Some parents parent animated and some parents do it by just looking. I can't say that he's a bad or a good parent based because he doesn't show emotions. I'm not in that locker room, so I can really only just speculate from what I see. But I can tell you this, the difference is Coach Sabin understands psychology. And when I started studying coaches and you read these books, I'm like, oh man, you playing these Jedi mind tricks. Got it. That's to understand. Sabin can read the room. He knows when his players are tired. He knows when his players are up. And it's a different type of tonality that he always presents to let you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing. Coach Sabin has a saying, and I actually coach by it, and I live by it. He said, you can always be an asshole and lighten up, but you can never be the nice guy and get tough. You have to set the tone early. And I mean, dude, you knew Sabin was you knew Cole was having a good day based on how he walked in. This is gonna be a good day or a bad day. It's like your granddaddy when you walk in the house. The old man, is this dog gonna bite me today or is he gonna let me walk past him? You know, that's how it was. But he always set the tone, man. And that's just what it was. It was you knew what you were getting. It's like the old drill sergeant, bruh. You here now, you might as well do the work. That's the difference. But DeBoer, his demeanor doesn't mean he's a bad coach. That's his personality. But the difference is, bro, you're down south. I don't understand what people don't get. You're in a different world. Not saying that it can't work, but if you don't understand here, if that's like me talking about the sun to somebody who has only seen snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't grow up in snow, I can talk about it because I see what it looks like on TV, but I'm not actually in that cold weather. It's a complete difference. And when you come down south, bro, there's a lot that come with it. This is, man, these folks don't play. Yeah. These folks don't play, and they will get you up out of here if you can't cut the mustard. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah, it is whispers. Like I said, it is whispers about certain
man, I ain't finna get rid of that man. That man contract too big.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not like get rid of him, but there are whispers.
Because if it was me, you know what I say? Yeah. Where do I sign?
Yeah, for sure. And the next thing is kind of like, of course, it's kind of like what Nick Saban said, and it's what we all know. It's only week one, and technically, from a standpoint of a season overview, there's always room to improve, and that's probably the only bright spot that Alabama has is that it happened in week one, and that you technically can improve. And I'm gonna ask you, what is the route to improvement? Like, what has to change, or what can they change? What can they do from a standpoint of having this different mentality within the locker room? And I know that's kind of a culture thing that you can't just turn that on and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be tougher now because of the loss. But what can they do? Who needs to say something? What changes need to be made in Tuscaloosa, in your opinion?
Them coaches gotta stop being these boys' friends. And it's just really accountability. I'm giving you all this money. It should be incentives and contracts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're jogging, let me deduct some money. You know what I'm saying? Are you late? But the conversation has to be a lot different. These coaches cannot be these kids' friends. And if they're not going good on good every day, bro, we knew Tuesday because that used to be Tuesday and Wednesday usually be the hardest practices. Bro, we knew Tuesday and Thursday. We knew around that what period was it? What's run period? I can't remember all that. It's been a while. But fifth period. Hey, bro, it's good on good. It's a hat on a hat. And we used to have some it's thud up, but we just couldn't take each other to the ground. Yeah. But when I tell you, you come through, like, keep them up. Because they was ahead of the curve. He kind of knew, one thing I can't say, he studied trends. He was very smart, and he knew a lot of injuries came from it just full contact. Yeah. But with the full contact, when we thud up, bro, that's why so many tackles were not missed during the season when we played, because every play looked the same, follow through. And you said something earlier. He's coaching the second and third team. If we're up 40-0, like because he knows next year, these guys, it's a revolving door. I got some of these seniors are leaving. So I got to get number 2 guy ready. I got to get number 3 guy ready. So he never got too excited. And that's something that I didn't learn until I got older. We never, like my mom used to always tell me, she said, baby, when you up, that's where you better pray the hardest. That's where you better pray the hardest. That's where you better hit them knees and talk to God the most, because it's so easy to fall because you think you got there on your own merit. Same thing with Coach Sabin. Whenever we used to get up, he understood, hey, man, it's more work to be done. We had a 24-hour rule. And I'm going to be honest with you. When we lost, he wasn't as hard on us. He was 10 times harder on us when we won a game. That is the difference. That was the difference.
Yeah, I got you. And like I said, that goes back until like I think it was clear Alabama fans saw that, and that's why they're so disappointed right now. And there's a lot, like I said, a lot has to be fixed, and we'll see if they fix it. And of course, unfortunately for them, it'll take a lot against Louisiana Monroe, probably against Wisconsin, to convince someone that you're back. That's kind of, I guess, the dilemma that they're going to be dealing with immediately.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: only one person came to play. That's DeBoer Bernard. That's the only one played. That's in the entire game. Him and they had a D lineman. What's that boy name? Oh crap! Overton, is that it?
Overton. It could be LT 22.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them the only two that played. Nobody else. I mean, just realistically, offensively, defensively, those are the ones I only saw that showed up and was ready to play. Everybody else, y'all was just there, man. I guess they had the mindset that, hey, we're Alabama. They're just gonna lay down.
Yeah.
Bull, come on now. No. You know what it is. Them boys did not play, man. Too concerned with making these TikToks and too concerned with being seen and too concerned about what they got on. And again, you a stat guy. These guys are chasing stats rather than chasing team stats. And I'm one of those guys, man. I used to be a stat chaser back in the day, bro. That's how I ended up in the doghouse. You know what I'm saying? And not realizing you become selfish, and you need selfish players at times, the guys that want the ball, demand the ball. But what are you working without it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When your number's called, can you show up? And a lot of these guys are lying on their resumes, man.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of Alabama fans will be paying attention to that on this weekend in the Louisiana Monroe game and for the rest of the season. We'll see.
I'm nervous about this game.
Yeah, I want to say before we exit, I want to say this is an interesting game for sure. Not because of the biggest thing is, in my opinion, before we close it, I'll get your thoughts on it too. And of course, you probably getting some advice and you speak to it. This comes with the territory of being an Alabama player, but I hope you I'm pretty sure the coach are probably telling them, hey, don't get on social media, because this is probably the worst spot I've seen them in terms of like the criticism they're facing, in terms of like it's everywhere from every turn. Everybody wants a piece of it, in terms of, like you said earlier before we got on, everybody got a podcast, and everybody podcast at Alabama segment probably over the last couple of days. So yeah, so that's kind of like my question mark for them is, what are they mentally? Because if they're mentally, if this whole thing, what's going on, has affected them mentally, I think that could play a bigger role. Than they could be a bigger opponent than Louisiana Monroe this weekend. So yes, what are your thoughts? I guess on that.
These boys don't care, man. Them boys don't care. You saw some of them boys losing. They zoomed in and saw some boys laughing during the game, man. These kids don't care, man. It don't mean nothing to them, because you're not dealing with kids who grew up Alabama fans necessarily. They knew about it, but you have these kids know nothing about legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ask them who was Sean Alexander, who was Mark Ingram, who was Trent Richardson, what about Roy Upshur? Like names, Kenneth Darby, LaRon McClain, like. Nobody knows those guys. You know, they don't do their homework. These kids are in the now moment. Is what have you done for me lately? And I wouldn't be surprised. Come on, man. You see these boys. I see high school kids getting the brakes beat off of them, but they still post pictures like they won. What are you doing? You just lost by 40 points. Don't nobody care about your picture, that weak ass touchdown you just had, man. Y'all lost. Go get better. Go work on your craft. But again, this is the generation we're in. We're not concerned with work. We're concerned about being seen. We want to impress the people that don't even like you. We're not chasing any work. You look at the NBA draft the last 10 years. Who are the top lottery picks? They're overseas kids. Yeah. Why? They have the same skill set as you. They just have a better work ethic than you. We don't want it. We want something for nothing. We want something for nothing. We want everybody to do the work for us and us not do the work. You know, like I tell my kids in this gym, don't pray for it to be over. You pray to keep going. You pray for more endurance. You pray to keep fighting. That's a different way of prayer. Don't be all that soft victim, all that, man. I can't get with it, bro. I'm a high achiever. So mediocrity it makes my ass itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get uncomfortable around people who are not chasing something. And these kids right now, but like I always say, kids are only going to they're only going to do what you allow them to do. So if you give them the green light to do this, come on now. You know, you see it. You have been to several games. You're like, this boy is not a 5-star. I don't know who lied. Yeah. You have seen it. And there's probably you've been to a game and you're there to see a 5-star. It's a kid that's on the opposing team that doesn't have a star to his name. And you like, this is who y'all need to be talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it happened more times and like I said, more times than I can count. That's just part of it. That's the nature of recruiting. And like you always say, is the people who are evaluating got a lot of question marks. Like, why are they evaluating? There's a lot. Is that, like I said, that goes deeper for so many different reasons. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Of course, we are gonna be back next week. Hopefully, you'll have something good to say about the Crimson Tide when they compete against Louisiana Monroe. Basically, recap that matchup. As always, I'm joined by Mike McCourt, national champion, former Alabama wide receiver, outstanding personal trainer when it comes to high school football athletes and college athletes as a whole as well. But as always, I'm Justin Smith, the director of recruiting manager editor here at Touchdown Alabama. Catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Subscribe to the notification bell. Be notified when we drop content on our YouTube channel.